Hey YouTube, Hill Country Husker. Appreciate you guys watching my videos. Thanks for all the subscribers. Appreciate the comments. Keep them coming. Just want to say thanks for that. Want to make some quick comments here, and I'm going to try and keep this as brief as I can. Want to make some comments about the bullshit that happened in Washington last night with this House resolution that was passed. Most of you folks probably realize that this was nothing more than just kicking the can down the road. I know you guys have heard that expression before. Heard Barry Obama on the news today saying that the shroud has been lifted. Don't you all feel so much better? Well, you know what? That's a bunch of bullshit. He had an opportunity to lift this shroud 20 days ago when the House sent him several proposals to continue the workings of the government, but he wouldn't do it because it didn't include anything about Obamacare. So that's really what this whole damn thing was about, was continuing his Obamacare. And to hear the House leadership make comments like, well, we fought the good fight and we lost. You know, that's bullshit. If they wanted to fight the good fight, they'd still be fighting for the American people, because they know that this Obamacare is just going to be detrimental to everybody, to every American. It's a bad deal. And I'm not going to go into the bad effects of Obamacare, because I think everybody already knows what those are going to be. If you look at what's inside this resolution, at this crap that was passed, I read it last night after everything was done, and there's provisions in there that don't have a damn thing to do with the continuing of the government. There's money in there that's been allocated. For example, I believe it's section 146, which gives like $174,000 to the widow of Frank Lautenberg, who's a senator, I believe, from New Jersey. Frank Lautenberg was one of the most wealthy legislatures ever. This guy was voted, I think he had like a net worth of $500 million a couple years ago before he died. So his widow is not hurting at all. I believe there's another report that he had recently, last year, purchased a condominium, like $1 billion condominium somewhere. So that, you know, that lady's not hurting for money. You know, I'm sorry Frank Lautenberg passed away. He was like, what, 89 years old? It happens. To allocate money to him in this continuation of government bill is just total bullshit. And let's talk about the kickbacks are in there. Our good old buddy Mitch McConnell has a big kickback in there for his state of Kentucky for a dam project. A report that I read said that the money that's now being allocated, which I think is like $2.9 billion, that's with a B, quadruples what the actual request was for. What does a dam in Kentucky on the Ohio River have to do with continuing the government of the United States? It doesn't have a damn thing to do with it. This thing's just full of pork. Those are just the two examples that I saw. And you know, the government wasn't getting ready to collapse. You know, all we've done with this resolution is just continue the spending, the government spending, and it's just going to keep getting this country further and further in debt. It's just a blank check for the government to keep on spending like they have been. You know, Ted Cruz said that, you know, this is just a terrible thing, and I do agree with him. This is a terrible thing for us to do. Nothing's been solved, and you know, I'm fairly pissed about it. You know, what's done is done, but you know, I think the Republican leadership, the conservatives in the House and Senate, have just given up. Now, I do give praise for the 144 that voted against this last night. And I'll tell you what, nobody from the state of Texas voted for it. So, you know, I appreciate that. That's why we got those guys in office. That's why we elected them here in Texas. Bad all around. It's total bullshit. Kicking the can down the road is not going to solve the problem. Serious work needs to be done on this, and I really wish the House and Senate would have fought harder to stop this train wreck from coming. But they didn't, so there it is. Just my thoughts, Hill Country Husker. Thanks.